Alright guys, welcome to another video. Back on the Aristo, single turbo. We are on to an intercooler, a power steering cooler, a hydro fan cooler, and then probably not in this video, but there will be an oil cooler as well. So, Josh came over here from work, and he helped me get the bumper off. He's down there. There's Josh.
What's up?
He's our sales manager at Haltech USA, and he was out and about, came by, helped me for a few minutes. We got the bumper off. It didn't take us any time once he told me to quit screwing around and start working. But I'm going to take you guys through everything that's behind this bumper. You see how all the stock stuff was. Alright, so on this side we have the intercooler, stock side mount, as you can see right here. You got the charge pipe right there that goes up under the headlight, over through here, and then drops back down and under the car to this like smushed pipe that comes back up here, and that's what we were hooked up to originally. The other pipe is basically under the intake, and it goes down and just snakes into the side of the intercooler underneath the car. But we have multiple coolers here. We have our hydro fan cooler, which is this big ribbed looking deal here. This is the power steering cooler right here, which we're going to upgrade these both to a proper cooler. And then we've got the transcooler that I added when I did the radiator. So the transcooler, I've got a larger one from C&R. It's going to be going in place of this whole setup. And then utilizing this factory ducting. Should work really well over here. I guess really what we need to do is get all this garbage out of here. Josh?
Bye-bye.
Alright, so I've been messing with like getting all the different connections off and the different bolted down places for this charge pipe here. And I just looked over and didn't realize this thing is full of oil. This charge pipe's full of oil. I mean, we knew that. That's why we did the turbo. But at the same time, like, oof. It means that's intercooler, because that's at the top of the intercooler. I bet that this intercooler, when I take the bottom off, that's like down here, I bet it just dumps oil out of it. So that's, you know, yum. Shoo, that was a job and a half. You got a bunch of little isolated bolts to make the intercooler hang in there. Got all that room for activities. Transcooler is going to go over there. I'm not sure if I'm going to run the charge pipes up under the headlight like they were, or just around the front like would be normal. Got lots of room up here, especially once the power steering and fan coolers are going to be gone, and the transcooler is not going to be there. I think the AC stuff is probably going to be the scariest stuff and hardest stuff to move. Got a nice big hole down there. We've already got this charge pipe made. So we'll just have to connect it. We could always go under here, right? So could go through there and go just underneath the windshield washer, or yeah, the windshield washer fluid canister. That's the evap stuff right there. So we can just kind of shove that over somewhere else. Or we can see about going underneath like it did factory, because there is this cover. So we would have an idea of, I guess it went like this. Kind of an idea of, you know, what kind of room we have. So we can do that. A lot of options. Let's go out here real quick. Check out all of this. This is all the factory intercooler. Now, I didn't realize the factory intercooler is all aluminum. So the core is aluminum and the end tanks are aluminum. So this thing, once it's cleaned, would probably be really good for some sort of hot rod or something that doesn't need a whole lot of intercooler. Especially with it all cleaned out, it was pretty efficient until it got full of oil. Now you guys can see, it is absolutely full of oil, like leaking out puddle of oil. So this is all going to go. We will be retaining this guy right here. I'm going to attach that to the transcooler. You know, I think we're making some pretty good progress now. Basically where we're at is kind of get it put together enough to drive it to the shop. It's not that far of a drive, but it is, you know, down a main road. So we could probably snake the back roads, but still, I'm basically gonna just like zip tie everything kind of where it needs to be, and then, you know, bring the bumper and everything like that in the back of the truck. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I'm going to take you guys along for that ride because it's going to be interesting because it's, you know, the exhaust is totally dumped just 6 inches from the turbine. So it's loud. It's going to be obnoxious. It's going to be hilarious driving down the road with that. But yeah, we're going to get everything tied up, and then that's whenever I can get this thing to the shop and have a ride back home, that's what we're going to do. All right, it's loud. That means car's out of the garage. LA's here to help. I'm trying to get him, but he's walking away. We had a random cold snap, and it's freezing cold, but bumper's off. Charge pipes are out. We're going to load this thing up, take it to the shop, so that way I can do charge pipes and down pipes so it doesn't sound like this. All right, guys, it's loud as hell in here. Heat's blasting. We're going to do it. Here we go. Log manifolds kind of sound like a tractor a little bit, but I think once the exhaust is on it, it should sound pretty good. One thing we have to be kind of careful of is because the charge pipes and stuff aren't hooked up, also means that the turbo could technically be over, like go over speed, because it's just going to try to spin as fast as we, you know, give it gas, but it's not, you know, being regulated at all with the wastegate. So far so good, guys. We got coolant's 182, which means that we don't, you know, I got good heat here, so I'm not worried about an air pocket anywhere. Alright guys, we made it to the shop. Pulling in now. Alright, how about that? We made it. Guess we should pop the hood, see how it looks under there. Alright guys, so the first thing I noticed was that's probably not the best thing in the world. Now we can't see, it's not full, or at least it would seem like it's not full. So that's good. We got our EMAP stuff. All of that looks like it might be getting pretty warm up there. I'm not touching it, but it looks like it's probably pretty warm. This is the thing that concerns me the most here. This isn't full anymore. I had heat, but that's good. Got a little temperature in the manifold. I don't really know. Maybe it just burped. Not really sure. I'm not going to open it, but hopefully it's not just pouring coolant out. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Alright guys, I've been trying real hard to get everything apart so that this front mount will actually fit in here. We're going to have to modify this bar here. I think we're just going to have to lose these guys here. Basically just drill these spot welds out. There's one there and one on the bottom. And this brace will go away. Then our headlight and bumper stuff will still be able to be utilized. I might just have to come up with something to go maybe from where this went originally up to here, or maybe even bolt to the intercooler itself. It's going to be a little bit floppy on top if I don't, but I don't know that it's the end of the world. It just holds the bumper, and the bumper's got a metal structure inside it. So it might not be that big of a deal, because like these guys will do the majority of the actual bumper support, and then this just kept this spot right here from flopping around. So yeah, might be able to use this, might not. It's kind of huge, but I will say this: the factory ducting fits it perfect. So it would be nice if we can use it. That would be the transcooler. I've got the power steering cooler. It's over there draining. I got it off, made a big mess with that. I'm hoping to be able to utilize this for the power steering cooler somehow. Not sure exactly how. Could be here. But it's kind of big. It's kind of intrusive. We're going to try. I don't know. All right, I know. I didn't film anything, but I was just trying to get some stuff done. So I got the intercooler all modified. This is a Greddy piece that we got. It was used, but we've got some Vibrant HD clamp weld ferrules put on it. Got our brackets right here. Gonna add some riv nuts to this guy. Like I said, it is used. It's got a little smoosh right here. We're gonna knock that off of here. To get this thing in and out, this bar has to come out, but getting some riv nuts put in here. This thing's basically ready to be bolted in, and I think the bumper is going to fit nicely as well. Looks pretty good in there. Can't decide. I might actually take and slot some holes into the crash bar to allow for some more air. I'll at least cut right here where the JDM license plate goes, because that way we can get a little more air. The bumper itself has the spot in it, so we'll cut that out and then get a little more airflow to the intercooler. But hey, some good progress. All right, guys, I know that I have not updated at all on what I was doing. That's because I started doing and then I just kind of kept going. Now, as you can see through the bumper support now. I decided I was going to just pop holes in it, but I wanted it to be strong, so I boxed it, kind of like people did back in the day for like boxing frames. And I also notched up here because the intercooler, like it fit, but it was basically touching there and back here. Well, now we got room between the AC lines and the intercooler, and the core doesn't touch the back or the bumper bar anymore. So that's really good. We put riv nuts in here for this. Got our hole to hold the bumper. Basically, the bumper has a clip that goes straight up here. The next part is this right here. So we were able to retain our like crash foam stuff. And once I get this thing put back on here, you'll see that now the bumper can go back on and be held up properly without it being all floppy. The next part that's really cool is you can see in the bumper where typically the front plate would go. We're going to cut that out, okay? And originally that's all I was going to do. I was just going to section the crash bar where that went, right? But now what we can do is once the air goes into here, it can actually dissipate to both sides because I plated the ends. So now we'll have air coming straight in here and off to each side to pretty much cover this entire core, because when the hood's down, it will come into here and still service everything back in here because of the grill, right? Now, this piece still fits. And we did cut the little support tab off, so it's a little floppy in the middle. But once I get it all tightened down, I think it won't be that bad, especially that the bumper is still supported with the foam. I think we're going to be okay. Now, do we still need to mount things? Yep, that's got to go over here. I think I'm going to use the original transcooler that I was using for this and put it over here for the power steering, and then I still have to figure out what to do with the fan cooler. If I can make this guy work, I will. I just don't know if I can. Honestly, like, it just doesn't really fit anywhere. But not only that, all right, so not only do I need to find a place to put this hydro fan cooler, I'm going to put an oil cooler on this thing, an external oil cooler. So I got to make sure I save room for that because I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just running out of time, and the factory oil cooler works fine. It's just going to, be whatever temperature the coolant is, which stays pretty cool thanks to the Koyo race rad. So that's good. However, I think we can do a better job and then relocate the oil filter. But again, different video, a whole different situation. And that can wait, because everything that we have works fine right now. I guess the next thing is to get these side coolers mounted somehow, and that way we know what we have to get around for the charge pipes, which will be okay, I think. They're not going to be terrible, and having the Vibrant HD clamps, all of this will go on and off fairly easily. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work chopping these cars up and making them go faster. But we're on our way. We're getting there. I'll update you guys here in just a few. All right, guys, so I kind of started doing and then just kept doing. So let me show you where we're at. All right. Charge pipe. Charge pipe. And charge pipe. This guy goes in here. I think this right here is going to have to be loosened to get it inside. That's tight. It is very tight through there, but it fits. And we're going to step from 2 3. So we're going to step from 2 3/4 up to 3 at this point. And it basically comes right up in here. So as much as I wanted to get rid of the drive-by cable, I'm running out of time. And I can do that later. The HD clamps make it super easy to get the pipes out. There will be one just straight down, basically straight under the power steering and AC. So I'll be able to just pop that loose and pop the charge pipe up and out. So I think we're going to do the drive-by-wire conversion in a different video, but soon, because I want to get that on there. Now I do have a pedal and everything like that. Again, different video. Yeah, I got to get this pipe in, which is going to take some work, but once it's all in there, I'll get back with you. All right, pipe is ready to go in. I ordered a different coupler for up top, but as you can see, not exactly a straight shot, but looking good. Goes straight down in there like that. It's just sitting in there right now, but I got a vibrant hump hose for right here, and that's going to be good. Show you these charge pipes all the way around. I did get my stencil in, so everybody knows it's a Greddy. And then you can actually see right there is where I'm going to end up mounting the oil cooler. Charge pipes. Charge pipes. I added the bung for this guy. All right, we have charge pipes. I have a few things coming, but we're gonna wrap the video up here. We drove it. We got the intercooler mounted. We figured out the coolers and where they need to go. I'm gonna mount those in the next video. We got charge pipes. Man, we're getting close. Oh man, I'm ready for this thing to be drivable again. After that, we got to finish the exhaust. We're gonna see what we have time for. I might end up dumping the wastegate. We'll see. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should dump the gate. It's a family car. Dump the gate? Don't dump the gate. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy like the chaos that it is putting a car together and all the decisions. Next video is going to be mounting all the extra coolers and doing a little bit of plumbing. Then it's on to the exhaust. Getting close, guys. We're getting close. See you guys soon. Bye.